so have your saucepan ready to go, and then you're gonna need some of this equipment, okay? Or at least it's helpful. I am using what's called either a gravy separator or a fat separator. And what this does is we're gonna put all these pan juices in here, and the fat will rise to the top, and then the juices with all that flavor will stay at the bottom. And then the idea is that when you pour from here, you're only pouring out what's on the bottom, which is the pan juices. And that way you can put your fat separately into here, and then we'll put our pan juices separately back in here to deglaze our pan with some of our brandy or wine or whatever you're going to use. Okay, so it's nice if you can get a separator that has this top which can strain out some of the solid. I also have this strainer for later because I want it to be a little bit finer when I finally do strain out the whole mixture. I've got some flour, just white flour, okay, don't beat me up. Just white flour just to thicken it, a whisk so that we don't get any lumps, and got a little measuring cup there for my brandy. Okay, let's strain our pan juices, and we'll separate all that fat. Now, you're still not going to clean your pan because there's some wonderful, flavorful brown bits on the bottom of the pan that we are going to deglaze with some of our brandy or your wine and then your pan juices. So let's turn this up. If you have a very large roasting pan, you might be able to do it on 2 burners, but for now, we'll just do this over 1 burner. This is an apple brandy, but I very often use white wine. I'm just doing something different this year. Same measurement, we're going to use 1/4 cup of that. And then the acid from here will help to break up some of those bits and release them from the bottom of the pan. We're going to take our gravy separator and start by pouring in just the juices here. And you can see how the fat is on the top, that layer that's on the top. And it's about 4 tablespoons worth, which is about what we need. So pour these juices until you start to see that fat come out, which is right about now. There you go. We'll pour this fat, which has a few juices mixed in. It's fine. There you go. And while that seems pretty warm already, we're going to stir in our flour. And this is what's called a roux. So you're making a roux, which is going to thicken your gravy. Some people like to do a slurry of cornstarch and water. I don't really use too much cornstarch. And I feel like there's some nice flavor that was already in that fat that was in our pan dripping. So you're going to cook this for a couple of minutes. It's thinner than a paste, just under medium. And at the same time, I'm going to start deglazing our pan here and pulling off anything that's stuck to the bottom, and we'll end up straining this again. You see how all those brown bits are coming right off?
So you sort of let it heat up a little bit?
Yeah. So you're going to cook all these brown bits off and all that flavor off, and then it's going to go right back into our gravy. So while the turkey's resting, this is what you'll be doing. So this looks good to me. My flour and fat have cooked a bit, and now we're going to start adding our homemade stock. I made turkey stock already. You can use chicken stock if you want to. And I'm going to pour most of this in. Probably about 3 cups worth. Just like that. Kind of still whisking to make sure we don't clump up. And that looks about right. It's about 3 cups. At this point, we're going to take our pan here and we're going to strain it back into this. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to just strain it like this. Not hot. And strain this right into your pot. There we go. Some people like to press on the solids a bit just to make sure you're getting everything out. Just give it a quick whisk. I'm going to put it on medium. We're going to need to cook this for about a couple of minutes just so that it comes to a simmer, and then we'll let it simmer for a few minutes so it thickens up, and then you can leave it on low heat until you're ready to serve it. I'm going to taste it for salt. Just needs a pinch, otherwise it's absolutely delicious.